I'm back. Yes, y'all decided to come on here and do another live this morning because I just want to continue this conversation about Donald Trump because these trolls and stalkers, they want to keep trolling and stalking me about my stance on black women and Donald Trump's presidency. So because they want to keep trolling and stalking, I just want to go further into this conversation about what black women plans should be in case Donald Trump becomes the president. And either way, even if Kamala becomes the president, what our future plans should be. Okay? Because we need to talk about this, okay? Because there's a lot of black women gaslighting on social media. They're purposely not talking about the election. You have Candace Owens losing her mind out here in these streets. Like, she's out here just, investigating, trolling. Now they have Janet Jackson trolling. I mean, they just doing the most to try to discredit Kamala and trying to get black women not to, vote for Kamala or agree with her policies, okay? So, this is a real concerted psychotic effort at this point. It's real clear what Candace Owens was trying to do with trying to discredit Kamala. Clearly, she's trying to rally up black women with this whole argument that Kamala's not really black and lying about being black to get votes. Even though that's not important because black women have no political power, no social power, no power at all, which is why they're the poorest demographic of women in the country and why they struggle more than any other group of women to maintain a family, to have a family, I mean, pretty much everything black women do is a struggle because of white supremacy and them being double marginalized by race and gender. So that's the main issue that black women have in this world. And that's why they have such a hard time building family, functional, intact families, and why, they have a hard time taking care of their basic needs. Okay, so these are facts. So what Candace Owens is trying to do with discrediting Kamala is to make black women see her as a threat or see her as dishonest or see her as some, I don't know, someone that's a threat to us or something. And it's not going to work, not with my ass. Donald Trump is an even bigger threat, clearly by, his statements that he made during the presidential debate. Um, he literally just blatantly said that women were trying to kill their babies after they're born, or they're trying to kill their babies in the latest trimester they can kill them. He lied on women. He's a blatant liar. Making a fucked up statement like that should let women know exactly what he's on, what he's trying to do. And yeah, you should have enough common sense not to ever be on the side of someone that will say some shit like that, period. Okay, so it's clear that his stance on abortion is clear. Okay, it's real clear what he stands for. It's really clear to me that he's against abortion. He's going to make sure that women have a difficult time, especially black women have a difficult time with terminating pregnancies, unwanted pregnancies, or any other issues that might come up during a pregnancy. He's clearly for harassing and stalking and sexually coercing and controlling women, okay? So, yeah, we black women need to get very organized at this point about how we're going to deal with this situation if he becomes the president. And he makes it even more difficult to, make it more difficult for black women to have options in case of an unwanted pregnancy, okay? Kamala could do the same thing, could be the same situation, because now they're trying to demonize certain forms of birth control or certain forms of certain abortion options. They're demonizing it now. They're saying that, these black women die from taking the pill. And they're gonna do what they can. I believe that, like I said, both of them are on the same team, but you have one that's more overt than the other. So We black women have to understand politics, and we have to understand how it works. We have to understand that these people, they just want to control our reproductive rights. They want to control our autonomy over our own bodies, and this is what the main game is, and they want us to be on board with the shit. So they're trying to demonize Kamala to get us on board with voting for a president that's going to elect people, or who's going to allow people to have control, who are against women having autonomy over their own reproductive rights. Okay, so we have to understand this, black women. We have to get on board. So me, just like I was saying last night, I'm not ever having sex again in life. I'm done with that shit. We need to definitely educate our daughters, with reproductive responsibilities. These Negro males, they're not going to ever raise their sons properly. So you can expect these Negro male offspring to be very hypersexual, wild animals, because 9 times out of 10, their black mothers are not going to teach them anything about sexual responsibility or reproductive responsibilities, because we've seen that black women are not going to do that. I mean, we've seen these Negroes being hypersexual for a really long time. It's in their music, it's in everything that they do. So they're very unsexually disciplined, and psychotic. And if you listen to the manosphere, you listen to these thousands of black males running their mouths over the internet and have all these nicknogs agreeing with their rhetoric. They do not believe in sexual discipline when it comes to black male accountability. So they're going to pretty much, we know at this point that they're going to ensure that black male offspring will not be disciplined in that area, period, because they don't even, as grown ass men, they don't even take any responsibility for their reproductive responsibilities. They don't even have these discussions on their channels at all. So the fact that you don't have these niggy nogs having these conversations on social media, just amongst their grown ass male selves, that they're not having these discussions with these younger black males who are going through puberty and all of that kind of stuff, and teenage years, adolescent. They're not going to do anything, and the black mothers are not going to do shit either. They don't give a fuck. If their sons go around getting 10,000 black little girls pregnant at a time, like having multiple baby mamas by the time they're 17, these black banshees, I don't believe they're going to do shit. They don't. It's like when a black woman becomes the mother of a black male child, she loses all power. Like, she don't have no control, which is natural. Like, it's not it wouldn't be something that's this, saying confused, something that we don't understand. That's understandable. Black woman is a woman, right? So she wouldn't have control over a fucking male child that's out running around hyper aggressive, hypersexual, having boy issues. Why would she understand boy issues when she's not a boy? It never was a boy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like she grew up into, no, she's literally a female and not a boy or a man. So she couldn't possibly understand what her son is going through when he's growing up and coming of age and all of that. So a lot of black women, like I said, they're not going to be responsible with their sons being hypersexual trash. They're just not going to do it. Okay? These are facts. So if you have a daughter as a black woman, you really need to be very cautious. Very cautious of who she's around, who she's hanging around. Very observant of when you drop her off. She needs to understand that she's going to be picked up at whatever time, and she needs to be surveillanced while she's doing whatever she's doing. So you need to have like another child with her or something, somebody to watch her ass. Period. You need to have that conversation with her. What I'm saying, about reproductive responsibilities and also birth control. And you need to just refrain from having sex. Pretty much. Stop having babies now. Stop it now. Like, don't have sex anymore. Get these males the hell out of your face. Okay? Just shut them the fuck down. Okay? That's how we're going to have to move in the future. Okay? These Negroes are trash. They've been garbage for hundreds of years now. So it's It's clear that they're not going anywhere and that their behavior is not going to change. So they're going to continue getting women pregnant. They're going to continue conditioning their sons to be hypersexual and irresponsible. And they're going to continue being fucking poor. Okay? They're going to continue to be poor, be struggling, getting multiple women pregnant, paying out all this child support for different women, harassing women and killing them because they don't want to be with them anymore, or the woman doesn't want to be with them anymore, or some woman got pregnant and they didn't want her to get pregnant, or they didn't want her to tell his baby mama that she's pregnant, and all of that kind of beef shit. Like, they're going to keep creating problems and scenarios like that. They're not going to stop. Black women, do you understand? Do you hear me? They're not going to stop. Okay. So you could potentially just be, get pregnant by a Nick Nog, and he can just have some chick that he involved with and then kill you because you got pregnant. This happens all the time. Like, this shit is literally in, they do stories on this. It's so many stories where black women literally got killed by a Nick Nog for just simply getting pregnant because he was mad about it. And she went and told the baby mama, and then he got pissed off and killed her. And it's real easy for these gorillas to access weapons and guns and shit. So, when you're dealing with a Donald Trump America, you know that these males are not going to really be prosecuted for killing you. They might get prosecuted for other things, but or they might get charged with, other crimes, or actually go to jail, or all of that for, like drug crimes and stuff like that. But these misogynists don't give a fuck about you females. So that's always going to be a thing. Like, whenever you're in a DV situation, they're going to keep siding with these males. They're not going to spend that much time in jail. They're not going to do nothing, and most of these Nick Nogs, they're not, they don't care about going to jail. Like, if they kill a black woman for whatever reason, they intend to go to jail. Either they're going to go to jail, or they're going to kill you. Kill themselves. My bad. They're going to kill themselves. So either they one of the two. They already prepared to go to jail, or they prepared to commit suicide. Simple. So, and these Negroes don't care. They do this shit every 5 hours, so they don't care. They will throw their lives away. These Nick Dogs out here, their whole livelihood depend on women taking care of their bum ass. Like, they don't have any money. You don't see any black males at all. Like, you don't see any black males at all that's like self-sufficient in urban areas, like in inner city black areas. They're either completely relying on the government, or they're completely relying on some female. This is how that shit works. So they're completely irresponsible. So at the end of the day, it's going to be so easy for them to run shit on women. And, if you black women don't protect your wombs, you're just going to end up dead. Pretty much. Okay, so you black women need to understand this now and get on board, okay? Stop having sex. These bastards don't have any power when you refuse to have sex. Period. They're not going to do shit. They're not about that life. They're not crazy enough to, go the extra mile with trying to force you to have sex. They're not going to do that. So the only thing you have to do is just ignore them in these streets, because they're fucking bums anyway. It's really easy to ignore them. Just look at their shoes and look at their clothes and look at their lack of transportation, or their lack of having somewhere to live on their own. It's real easy for me to look at these things and find them utterly repulsive. That's all I have to do, for me personally, to not want to have sex with them. It's real easy. Okay? Like, it's all I do black women, because a lot of y'all sound like y'all be having a hard time with finding them utterly repulsive. But the only thing you got to do is look at the clothes, look at his money, look at his lack of caring for himself, and just look at him. Just a bum. What is there to like? How can you find that shit attractive? Because I can't. I don't like bums, so I don't find that shit attractive. So it's real easy for me to curve a motherfucker real fast. You understand? Real easy. I don't care what the situation is. Like, I talk shit too. Like, I literally don't care about Nick Nogs at all. I don't give a damn. I'll say it right to their face. You're a fucking bum. and you're unwanted. Get your dirty ass out of my face. Like, you're dumb, you're primitive. What do you have? What can you build? What can you do? Nothing. Okay, get the hell out of my face. Then also, black women, since you have a hard time, you know what I'm saying, because y'all so dirty and primitive, y'all just have a hard time of, not finding these males attractive. You can also look at how many baby mamas he have. Like, look at their previous baby mama. Like, look, go on his social media, go girl, snoop through all of his business and see what the old bitch look like, and see how she look and how she carry herself, and then look at his raggedy ass. Okay, real simple, real easy. Okay, that's all you have to do. At that point, you should become utterly repulsed by the dude. Period. Oh, you fuck with her? Ew. How many kids you have with her? Ew. The fuck? You looking for more women out here when you have like 3 kids with another bitch? But also, these males, they will lie and try to make you think they don't have any kids, so you have to really snoop hard. If a fuck boy is being very deceptive, he don't want you talking to his family or his people. He don't want you talking to his friends. He don't want you around like that. Girl, curve that bitch. Get him the fuck out of here. Bye. Get the fuck. Don't call my fucking phone, you weird ass nigga. That's all you have to do. Why is he being deceptive? Why he don't want you to know his personal business? Why? Because he's hiding a bitch. I can tell you that right now. Or he's, even worst case scenario, hiding dick that he's fucking associated with. Okay? Because you have to really be very, very aware of these undercover homosexual males. They're out here in droves, honey. That's just about all of them. So you have to factor that in. That should make you even more repulsed and disgusted that, what I'm saying, these dudes are out here taking it in the ass and don't have any money. They breath stink. They had balls and dick in their mouth. Like, come on now. That's just gross. So, that's that. That's that. Okay, these males have no leverage. They can't make you attracted to them. They can't do shit about what nothing you're doing. So they're gonna keep yapping their fucking mouth. But all you have to do is ignore this stupid bitch, because at the end of the day, you can say whatever the fuck you want to. Nobody's checking for your ass. Period. What you black women should do is get your own money so these bitches can't control whether you eat or not. Okay. You need to make sure that you can eat and you can pay your bills and you can take care of yourself, okay? You don't depend on a man to decide whether you eat or not, because that's the crusty bitch. So, of course, the minute that he want to assert some kind of power over your ass, he's going to stop you from eating. We understand this about males, right? Okay. So, since we understand this about males, we know not to let a male have complete control over our finances, correct? Correct. So, what you should do is you should go out there and make your money. And make sure that you are self-sufficient, and you are gaining some kind of skills or something that's very beneficial to yourself, whether it be cooking, cleaning, um, anything, electric, working on car, all kinds of skills. Okay, so the smartest thing to do is like to pay for maybe to take a class on certain things, so you can just brush up on some skills, so you can take care of most things by yourself. And make sure that you complete school. Okay? Do the book thing. We know, doing the book, going by the book is not always successful for black women, because they could literally just shut you out of work, stop and just not hire you, and send your ass, saying some low paying broke down job. We know that they do that every day. However, brushing up on your skills is always, smart, because on paper you're going to look like you got your shit together. You feel me? You're going to look good on paper. So even if somebody tries to discriminate against you and refuse to hire you, it won't matter. Like, at least you did your part. And you don't have any fucking kids that these bitches can leech off of or make money off of. You're not giving these bitches a dime. So while they're trying to stop you from working and stop you from staying gainfully employed, or stop you from making any money, then you still going to fucking financially fuck them up as well by not having any kids. So it's a two-way street, bitch. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not getting any money. Okay, well, I'm not having any kids, and ain't nobody gonna do a motherfucking thing about it. So that's how you get these bitches, black women. Okay, yes, that's how you get them. All right, you make sure that you don't have any children, and okay, that's all you gotta do. It's real easy. It's real simple, and they can't do anything about it. So that's how you deal with Donald Trump America. Okay? That's how you deal with these white supremacists, these psychotic, obsessed, stalking white people. That's how you deal with them as well. They can't do nothing to you. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? Besides stalk you in these streets. And who cares about that? Like, that's not nothing. Like, you don't have a, what you're doing is showcasing that you don't have a life. Period. That's all they're doing when they stalk you. Like, when they keep coming around you and stalking you and being in your business and being in your mouth and watching you and shit, like, like a rapist, like some little nasty voyeur, stalker, weirdo. It doesn't matter. Like, do that all day. I'm still not getting pregnant, and you're still not going to do nothing about it. So that's just how that's going to work. So, black women just don't have any children. These rapists, just all they care about is they think they're gonna control you and make you get pregnant. So they're gonna keep saying stuff like, telling you what to do and telling you what your morals and principles. Don't listen to none of that crap. Like, just don't have any kids, because they're just trying to make sure you're poor and you're a single mother, and they can funnel you into the projects. They want to make sure you don't have anything so they can feel better about their own pathetic life. That's all they care about. They just want to be able to compare and contrast your life to theirs so they can feel better than you. So everything they're saying is just a setup for them to just, F with you and try to stop you from making money and try to stop you from living a productive, functional, healthy life. That's what they do all day. That's why our numbers look like it looks. That's why on paper, statistically, black women look like they look on paper. Okay? It's only a small minority of you that's making a decent amount of money. Only a very small percentage. The average black woman has an average income. Okay? And average is poverty for black women, because your male group is poor. So a white woman's financial status, like if she's middle class, will look entirely different than your status as middle class. You'll never have as much money and resources as a non-black person, male or female. It's just not going to look on paper the same. That's just how that works, because these people are stalking you and they're trying to stop you from making any money. And if you try to open up a business, they're going to try to compete with it by trying to open up a business and sabotage yours. They're going to keep buying you out. A lot of black women, when they try to, be entrepreneurs and have their own business, they keep getting bought out. As soon as they start making a certain amount of money, they get bought out. So that's how they control you and stop you from being a owner of your own product. Okay? They're just constantly competing with you. Everyone is constantly competing with you. Black males are constantly competing with you. Every other racial group is constantly competing with you. That's what they do. So they want you to believe in some little dream of having a family. Really, you're not having a family when you procreate with the nignog, and you know that. Okay? You're not having a family. It's not functional. It's not intact. You're just a breeder mule. Okay? You're just having babies that you're going to be financially responsible for the rest of your life, and you're going to be poor and struggling trying to raise them. Period. That's your life in a nutshell. That's the dynamic. That's what they're trying to create. So, yeah. So, yeah, black women just don't give birth. Keep these Negroes, because these Negroes are trying to, and that's a way of black, that's a way for black males to compete with you, is by getting you pregnant. Y'all think that these Negroes care about you or something. They don't. They're using you for support for themselves. They're using you as a resource to themselves. So when they get you pregnant, it's all about using you as a resource to themselves. So that's a way for them to lock you down. That's a way for them to control you. That's a way for them to get over on you while they're trying to trick their money off. Y'all notice how a lot of black women, they be When they're in a relationships with Nick Niles, they're the always more than likely the responsible one in the relationship. Like, they're always the one with the good credit. They're always the one with the good job. They're always the one that's making a decent amount of money. They're always the one that's gainfully employed. They're always the one that's taking care of the kids. They're always the one taking care of the house. They're always the one doing mostly everything. Y'all notice that? Statistically, that's a fact. I'm about to block him. I don't want to see his stupid ass comments. So, yeah. Black women. Notice that part? Yeah, because these primitive males, it's all on purpose, honey. It's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. It's on purpose. They know exactly what they're doing. When they get in relationships with you black women, it's all a ploy on their part to control you and try to control your finances. So that's why you're always the more responsible one, because that's what they got. That's what they were trying to get with you for. That was the purpose of them entering a relationship with you. It had nothing to do with what you thought. They was just trying to find somebody to leech off of. That's why they're always talking about, women being submissive, and you're not submissive enough. You're too masculine. Black women are too argumentative. All of this is about them trying to use you for shit. Like, that's why they say that. They try to dumb you down, try to weaken your mind, trying to weaken your standards so that they can do whatever the hell they want. They look for weak women on purpose. They prey on women who are weak, who are dumb, who are vulnerable, who are passive. That's the ones that they like to get in relationships with. And any black woman who's not like that, they demonize and call them masculine. Like, duh. So, yeah. So it's so easy for me not to want to have sex with them on any kind of nasty ass level. So easy. So yeah, when you get pregnant by them, you're just dumb. Like, if you understand that that's their main goal, these males are bums. Do they look like they're productive or successful in life? Look at them. Do they look like they have money and they're successful in life on their own? No. Not the ones who are dating you. If you do see a Negro, which is only, you're going to only see that like very little of the time. You're not going to see that a lot. But those small minority and that small percentage of those males who actually take care of business, they don't even want to date you. Period. They don't have any intact family. Where are all of them with intact families, black women? Come on. It's on paper. We can look these statistics up. We can look it up. Okay? It's going to show up in numbers. So, yeah, all black women are going through the same thing, and that's why it's showing up in numbers. So, when these males try to make you think that it's just exclusive women, that's not true, honey. Look at your mom, look at your sister, look at your friends, your homegirls, look at your community, honey. You know the truth. They're just liars, okay? But if you look on paper, like I said, most women are doing everything on their own. They're literally taking care of responsibilities on their own. Okay, this is a statistical fact. They just did a, I don't want to say a survey, but they just did a, what's those things when they're trying to figure out how many numbers of certain people feel a certain way or whatever. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. They just did a study on married women. Okay, most of married women are miserable. Most married women are miserable. They're, suffering from mental health crises, and they're not being, seen. They're not getting any help. They're not getting any support. And it's mainly because they're in these one-sided, disgusting relationships where they're doing everything, and these males are leeching off of them. Okay, so these are facts. Okay, and when you're in a situation where you're in an impoverished area, like you're in a poor, low-income area, okay, which is what most black people are living in, is poor areas. Okay, you're going to have more of a um, you're gonna have a more of a higher. You're gonna have a higher number of those instances than anywhere else, because with the lack of resources, it's gonna be more women who are doing everything and who are stressed out and miserable dealing with males because these males are poor. Okay, so if you have a lot of women, they did a study and you have a lot of women just saying this in general. This is not just black. This is women in general making these statements about being miserable in their marriages. These women are not even poor. They're not in poor areas who are saying this, who they did a study talking to. Okay? They were just talking to regular women who are not poor. So when you dealing with black women in particular, you're always going to be suffering more than any other demographic of women, because your male group is the most dysfunctional, poverty-stricken males on the earth. You understand? Everything that women deal with males, you're going to deal with it worse. Period. It's just a known fact. So you have to be dumb as hell to be wanting to procreate with these pieces of trash. You got to be dumb as a black woman to even find these pieces of crap attractive. All of the black women who think they're better than other black women, like they think that they are going to get picked or chosen or have different circumstances, look at these clowns. Look at them. All of the women who thought that, look at them now. A fucking joke. Where are the success stories? Where are these women who wanted to get picked so bad and got picked and actually were successfully picked? Girl, you don't even see any of that because it doesn't exist. Like, you don't even, you can't even find one black woman who was a stupid ass pick me. Okay, just a dumb idiot wanting to get picked real bad by a male. You can't even find one of those bitches that's actually came out on top being a pick me. Not one. Most pick me's are single. Most pick me's never got picked. That's why they'll fucking pick me in the first place, because they never knew what it felt like to get picked. They never knew what it was like to get picked. So they keep wanting to get picked because they think it's something special about getting picked, because they never was. The women who actually got picked, the pick me's who got picked, all are unanimous that these males are disgusting. Period. They're the ones that hate those males the most. Okay? Because they did get picked. They know what it's like to be, married or be in a long-term relationship with a fucking male, and they are all disgusted by it. Most of them don't want to ever get picked again. Most pick-me's who got picked don't ever want to get picked again. Let's just say that. So, oh, these trolls are getting mad. They're so obsessed. But anyway, the fact is, like I said, so yeah, we black women know what the deal is. So if Donald Trump becomes the president, you really need to stop having sex. You need to just stop doing it now. Do not have sex. Do not have sex. Okay? There's no reason to have sex. There's no reason to find these males attractive. There's no reason to have these babies. You're struggling doing that. I don't know why you would want to put yourself through that or put your daughters through that. If, like I said, if you're a black woman and have daughters, like you have daughters who are teenagers, and even the ones who are not teenagers, they're going to become teenagers. If you have children, female children who are going through puberty, you need to really get on board. Okay? All right? You need to protect your daughters, because if you think it's a game and you think, oh well, daughters are not that important, they're smarter, they're more mature. I taught my daughter how to clean, how to cook, how to take care of herself. Honey, you better teach her not to be getting pregnant and not to be messing around with these little dirty ass little boys who are poor and not going nowhere in life. Because what's going to happen is they're going to get pregnant, and then you're going to be taking care of all of those kids by yourself. Because I can guarantee you that other Jimmy you know what I'm saying, who let her son go around getting girls pregnant because she didn't give a fuck, she won't be helping you, boo. I can tell you that right now. She's not going to help you. So if you think that you're going to get some kind of support from her, you're not. She won't be helping you. What she's going to do is she's going to tell you that your daughter's fast and she shouldn't have got pregnant, and that's your business. Because we hear these conversations from these ashy, ghetto ass banshees all the time. We've been hearing these loudmouth ghetto conversations for years, decades, of them arguing with their son's baby mama. That's all they do. Like, when the hell have you ever seen a black woman who got along with her son's baby mama? When have you ever seen good relationships, positive, normal, functional relationships between a black woman and her son's baby mama? Okay? When have you ever seen that, black women? When have you ever seen it? You haven't seen it because it's not prevalent in the black community or in black culture. Usually the baby mama is always arguing with, usually the mother is always arguing with the baby mama, arguing about the kids and arguing about their protecting their sons, even when their sons are beating on the baby mama or financially abusing the baby mama or emotionally or mentally abusing it or physically abusing the baby mama. It doesn't matter what the damn son is doing. The mother is always on his side and has his back. Period. Anytime that baby mama has an issue, anytime she has a grievance, anytime something is dysfunctional going on and she's checking it or she's, has something to say about the son's behavior, the mammy, the black male's mother is never on the little girl's, the little baby mama side, ever. Across the board. He's never held accountable for anything he's doing to the baby mama because the miserable psycho ass mammy of the Negro male, she's a miserable psychopath. She's never going to be on a woman's side who actually has sense. These women are she beasts. You have to be dumb as hell to want your daughter to have a child with a male who has a primitive mother who's just dumb, just ghetto trash. You are ruining your daughter's life by making her have to be involved with a mother like that. See, that'd be my main problem too. When I think about, these little girls or black women in general getting pregnant in their youth, when they're young, they have to deal with them hood rat baby, the mothers of them baby daddies, the babies, the little boys, these man child retards. They're not even equipped to even raise any kids. They are kids. They still, up under their mammy getting taken care of. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, by these damn. Look at this. That's the point. These Negroes stay under their moms for such a long time. They don't never grow up. They don't never get out of the house. They don't never be self-sufficient. They're irresponsible. And it's these mammies who, encourage that behavior. All right. So making your daughter be a product of, getting pregnant by a Negro who has a primitive mother is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So what has to happen in that instance where the Negro mother is trash, right? Just ashy garbage. That means that you're going to have to take on all the responsibilities of helping your daughter raise her kids. You're going to have to do it. Because you're not going to be able to have any kind of connection to that mother of that Negro. She's not going to connect with you because she's miserable trash. So she wants your daughter to be miserable like she is. Period. All of these ashy, primitive black mammies who get pregnant by these niggas and have these black male offspring, they're all miserable. They have horrible attitudes. They're horrible to deal with. They're not happy. They're not happy. They're not functional. They're not loving. They're not kind. They ain't none of that shit. They're miserable. They're psychotic. They're evil. They're demented. They're They just evil. They want to sabotage other females because they made a stupid ass decision with getting pregnant. Okay, so they want every woman to suffer like they are. Me, I don't feel that way. I have a daughter, but I don't feel that way. I want my daughter to thrive, and I want all female girls to thrive. I don't want them out here in these streets. I don't. And that's my mentality because I don't have male offspring. I wasn't left, you know what I'm saying, with a Negro male child where I have to resent being left. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that mentality. So it's not, I would never take out some kind of vendetta against my son's baby mama or women around him. I would never do that because I'm not weird and I don't have any black male offspring. And even if I did, I would never think like that because I'm not a sicko. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't have no vendetta against little girls. I don't have no vendetta against them. I don't think that way. But the fact is, most black women do think that way. So, um, that's just the reality. Like, I only have a daughter, so in order for me to be against other females and have a vendetta against them, then I would have to have a vendetta against my daughter. Like, why would I don't have a vendetta against my daughter. So that's impossible for me to be that way. The only women that can be that way are black women who have black male offspring because they're the ones that's always harassing their son's baby mama all the time. They're the only ones I see doing that shit. Like, black women who have all daughters and no male offspring, they don't act like that. They don't have that mentality. They don't be trying to sabotage their daughters. Some of them do. You do have some black women who are jealous of their daughters and shit, who are trash. So you do have that phenomenon. That does exist. But for the most part, you're not going to see, well, you might see a black woman getting into it with her her daughter's baby daddy if he's a piece of trash. But see, that's my point. That's why you won't want to deal with that either. That's why you got to be real cautious about, letting your daughter know what type of dudes to deal with and not to refrain from having sex. That's why you have to be real clear on that so she'll understand. So she won't be getting caught up with a piece of trash and then you out here in these streets having a fight, you know what I'm saying, or going in on some Nicknaw who's a stalker, a primitive ass ape who won't leave your daughter alone. You know how many black women got to deal with that? It's so many stories like that where the Negro ape is a beast, a wild animal, a primitive piece of shit who's literally a stalker, who literally is stalking the little black girl, her daughter, because he's a psychopath and he's a bum. And she raised a good daughter. Like, her daughter's pretty, smart, went to school, taking care of herself, happy. And then this fucking wild beast attached himself to her and then mad because she don't want to talk to him anymore. And then she got to go through all this hell to get this piece of crap to leave her the hell alone. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all see this all the time. It's on all of these news stories. So I know y'all see what I'm talking about. And them poor black women, they like, damn, she knew what to do. She got rid of him. She told him to leave her the hell alone. She stopped talking to him. We knew that he was crazy and, he was something wrong with his ass. We told our daughter to leave him alone and she did just that and he killed her. Because he a psycho ass, nasty, primitive ass bitch. Okay? So, we see this a lot, don't we? Yes, so you have to be very cautious. All right, if you're raising a daughter that's you're doing your job, you want to keep her away from these nasty pieces of crap who wasn't raised right, who was raised by them black banshees, them wild ass banshees, okay? Them primitive, wild, dusty, stupid, moronic women who are to let their kids do whatever the hell they want to, let their sons run wild and do whatever the hell they want to. Those beasts don't have anything to do with those females. Let them rot in the hood where they belong. Okay? Don't associate with them. Don't talk to them. Don't have your daughter around them. Keep their little ashy sons from away from your daughter. This is what you have to do. Okay? You got to get really aggressive about it, especially now. All right? Especially now. So, Um, yeah, they're tossed. Yeah, they killing the newborns because they Negroes are animals. Like black women are slow, because if a dude is primitive and an animal, and you see he has animal tendencies, he's not very bright. He will kill your newborn baby. Like if he was involved with another female, and he like her more than you or whatever, and she's more feel he if he want to control a situation, I'm not even going to say that because that's just implying that he can't give a fuck about any female, and that's not true. If he want to control the situation, he'll kill your baby. Negroes will do that shit. Yes, they will kill your baby or abuse the baby and kill it because they are mad that they got you pregnant or that you kept the baby, and they really wanted to be with another female and you ruined their relationship with another female. So they will kill that baby. Men do that all the time. This is how primitive they are. They're psychotic. You know how many women on earth have died because of that? Remember Lacey Peterson? Y'all ever heard of the story of Lacey Peterson? This fucking male killed his pregnant wife just because he was having an affair with another woman, and he just wanted to dispose of her like trash to be with this woman that he was having an affair with. He just threw her ass in the dam. He just took her and threw her ass in the ocean and killed her. A pregnant, 9 months pregnant or 8 months pregnant. Y'all ever heard of that story? It's so many stories like that. That was one of the white ones. That was one of the big major like headline ones, but it's several stories like that. Negroes do that every day. It might not make the news like that, like the national news, but it happens every day. If you go to like Black Girl Lost or go to one of these channels that, they do videos, of black women who are murdered and stuff because they won't show it on the mainstream in the mainstream media, you'll see a lot of stories like that. So, yeah, it's so many of them, and it's so easy for that to happen because when a male is a leech and a parasite, it's easy for these situations to happen because his mentality is not productive. He's not trying to take care of nothing or be responsible. His mindset is, who can I take advantage of? Who can I use for what I want to use them for right now? When a man thinks like that, he's dangerous as hell because more than likely he's going to create a situation like that where, it's two women involved and he wants to off one of them because he wants the other woman or something. It's real easy for a male to create a situation like that. And a lot of men do it. They be cheating. Cheating is the number one cause of that shit. They with a woman and they so-called trying to make her think that he love her or whatever, and then cheating on her with somebody else, then that woman end up getting pregnant. You see that with celebrities all the time. It's just that those, when a male is a celebrity, he has a lot of money. They probably want to kill their little, the little women getting pregnant too, the little baby mamas, but they ain't gonna kill them because they have money. They have a career, so they not trying to ruin their career in life. But it has been men who did ruin their career in life by trying to kill a woman from getting pregnant. There's stories like that too, where they didn't give a fuck that they were successful or they was an NBA star, NFL star. They didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter to them. They wanted that woman gone, so they got her ass gone. Period. They didn't care about the fact that they had enough money to pay child support. If it came down to it, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. But I'm gonna tell you like this: even though we don't see a lot of celebrity males killing their baby mamas, I bet you they making threats towards them. I bet you that. Even if you don't see that the woman got killed, they could still be sending threats to the woman. They could still be like, I'm going to kill you, and they could be making all kinds of threats for her to terminate the pregnancy or for her to leave him the hell alone. Like, I could easily put money on your head and get somebody to blow your brains out. So I'm telling you that that's happening. I'm telling you, especially with like rappers and stuff. Oh, you best believe that shit is happening. You best believe that shit is happening. I don't give a damn if it's not said or, matter of fact, I know some of those stories that were said where the nigga was threatening some little side hoe they was messing with. I know some stories like that, especially in the 90s. Shit. So yeah, males don't give a fuck. They do not care, boo. So yeah, black women, refrain from having sex. Get these males out of your face. They're psychotic, and then also these males are sociopathic. They always gonna tell you lies. You remember what Nick Cannon said on his little interview? Remember he said he can make a woman think whatever the hell he want. He prey on stupid women. That's what males do. So they could never play. They could never ever play me. They could never ever play me. It's just impossible because I'm always watching their pieces to that. If I'm around a man, he's benefiting me some kind of way, and even if he don't realize he benefiting me, I know he is because you ain't the fuck around unless you are. Period. And you're not gonna trap me, and you're not going to have control over nothing. Like, period. That's just how that's how I operate. So, you know what I'm saying? But these males, they be looking for women who are naive as hell. That's the ones they threaten and kill. That's the ones they conquer and control. Because, I mean, you putting yourself out there like that. These males are savages. Okay, so don't put yourself out there like a little weakling, or you going to get your ass handed to you. That's how that works. That's why I'm saying some of these pick Misha ass, not some, all of the pick Misha bitches should not have children. Being a pick me is dangerous as hell. And it's not only dangerous for the woman, it's dangerous for the kids too. Because you can fuck around and get your kids killed doing that. You know how many pick Mishas got their kids killed? Let's have that discussion. Do you know how many pick Mishas got their kids killed by some deranged ass, bitch ass dude, okay? Who was mad because, you know, mad at the mama and killed the kids. What was that story? I don't know what the lady name is, but it was a story of this black woman, right? Her dad was a pastor, and he was mentoring or pastoring. I'm not gonna say mentoring. He was pastoring some male who was in jail, who went to jail for killing his first wife. So he was in jail for killing his first wife, and this pastor was pastoring him in jail, and then introduced, after the man got out of jail, he introduced the man to his daughter. Okay? She ended up being with him because she thought he was a good person and God had saved him and all of that. And her dad made her think that by introducing her to him, like she was safe being with him. And then he fucked around and killed all of her kids and tried to stab her up. This is what happened. Because she was a pick me and she was like, oh, it ain't no men out here. Oh, well, my dad think this guy isn't okay. And she got her whole family murked. And it was 4 kids that he killed. She had 2 kids from a previous relationship and 2 kids with him. With the dude. He killed his own kids. Just because he was mad at her. And she had to be a pick me because the bastard was in jail for killing his first wife. So how the hell did you find him attractive? What the hell on God's green earth made your crazy ass want to give him even a slight bit of chance to talk to you? That's called being a pick Misha. That's what that's called. So, yeah, y'all. This is what the hell. These are real stories. These are real stories. These are real things. I mean, this is what the male species. This is what they do. Okay, it's very prevalent. It's very it's everyday occurrences. This is not something that's isolated. This ain't something that's like happened once in a blue moon. This shit happen all the time. When you're dealing with the nickname, that's a mentally unstable sociopathic maniac. They like to see you struggling. I listen to these Negroes online. They be outright exposing themselves. They expose how they feel about y'all. They want to see y'all broke. They want to see y'all homeless. They want to see you not having shit unless they can use you for something. They don't want you to have nothing unless they can parasite off of what you have. And they blatantly say it. I'm getting tired of this D dude. You need to shut the fuck up. Bye, bitch. So, yes, y'all. Like, this is what they do. Y'all need to get that through your head. These males, this is how they operate, this is how they think, this is what they into. This is not a game. It's not a game. Okay? Occur. Y'all be thinking it's a game. Oh, I met a black guy today, or whoever, whatever, dude. Oh, it's gonna be so romantic. He seems so nice. You know how many females done said that dumbass shit? Like, when are y'all gonna grow up? Like, women who don't understand what the male species at this point in time, you have to be either mentally retarded or you have to be very immature and just don't know anything. Because these males, they're all the same across the board. They do the same things over and over again to every woman. They don't have no. They have a MO and they don't ever. They just go by the MO. It's just really just that simple. Yeah, it was, man. I'll do you one better. Pretty ugly things. I'll do you one better. You know how many women have called the police and let the police know, and they were very serious. It wasn't like, because these males, they always try to make it seem like women will call the police and then they'll defend the dude or whatever and not press charges, and then it'd be the woman's fault because she wouldn't follow suit with with pressing charges and get a restraining order. They always try to use that as an excuse. But there's several women who called the police, got a restraining order, didn't want shit to do with the dude, was literally trying to keep the beast away from her, and he still killed her anyway. Even with the police knowledge, even with the report, okay, even with the report of the crime, report of, taking out all of this, going through all this court process, it still ended up dead because they don't care. They don't care. These males do not give a damn. They're animals. Do y'all understand that? They don't care. They don't care about no woman being in danger. That shit does not affect them. They don't care. Do you understand? They don't care. They don't give a shit. That's not something that they about to be out here patrolling. You feel me? They don't have time for that. You think they about to sit outside your damn house and waste they time trying to stop a man from coming to kill you? These males don't even think on that level. They not gonna do that. I mean, y'all need to understand that. They not about to sit outside your house just because you got a restraining order. No. What they say is that they have to come over to your house or wherever you're at, and they have to catch them in the middle of a crime of doing something like being near you when they're not supposed to be near you or threatening you. So usually by the time they show up, you're gonna already be dead. And they don't care because it's not their bit. They like, the fuck. I don't care about this shit. This is not my concern. All right, I'm not about to sit here and watch you. You know what I'm saying? Watch you so you won't get harmed. That's not what I'm about to do. So call us when you need us, and bitch, hopefully you won't be dead when we show up. Oh well. That's how the hell they really do women. That's how they do DV situations. Period. You're not getting no help. That's why you got to be real cautious. Why are you women so damn dumb? Like, why do y'all still mess with them? Why do y'all still want to have sex with them? What is attractive about them? If you know if a male is poor and he ain't got no money, you know he's going to try to latch on to you, right? You know he not going to just let you leave. You know he not going to just get the hell out of your face when you want him gone. You know that, right? If the male doesn't have any money, he's more likely to kill your ass. A male with money is more likely to cheat on your ass. Okay? So a male with money is more likely to cheat on you. A male with no money is more likely to kill you. And the reason being is because when you don't want to be with them anymore and they don't have anywhere to live or have any other resources, then they want to kill you for taking resources from them. And if he has money, he's more likely to cheat because he has a lot of money, so he don't need your help. He don't have to latch on to you like that. He has options. So he has many women he can choose from, so he don't have to just talk to you. He can talk to whoever the hell he wants. So that's how men are. So if you're dealing with a broke male, you just set yourself up. So yeah, bump ghosting them. You need to not have sex with them. It's you. What you women need to do at this point in time is literally not talk to them. Like all of this stuff that women be saying is, as a way to not deal with males, like ghosting them or getting your tubes tied. This is ridiculous. Don't deal with them. Period. You don't have to get your tubes tied if you're not having sex. You don't have to ghost no dude if you're not talking to him in the first place. Why are y'all trying to find a way to deal with them and then find a way to get out when you want to get out? How about not getting into shit? Period. That's a solution too. You could just not get into it because it's more likely that he's going to do something where you're going to want to get away from his ass than there is him not doing anything and making you happy. Like, what's the odds? So it makes more sense to not deal with them, period. If you feel like you gotta create an escape plan just for dating, girl, maybe you shouldn't date. Like, I mean, duh. Who the hell gotta create an escape plan? That's crazy, don't y'all think? Y'all gotta, you know, gotta think more clear around here so I can stop getting murked and going through all this terrorism, okay? Maybe y'all should just stop dating. It is dangerous out here. These males are becoming, because what y'all not understanding is that these males are becoming more aggressive. They're unstable. They don't have no control. They're poor. They don't want to fight the males with the money. They don't want to fight anyone. They don't want to really go to war with other men. So they want to war with women because they feel like it's easier to war with you. They see you as a weakling that they can control. They think you're easy to beat up on. So instead of them taking their asses to the real culprit, their asses are just, they don't, they're picking fights with you. So y'all need to realize that now. And yeah, they having sex with each other in large numbers. So that's messing with their mental health. You understand? Trying to like and get dick down and then trying to still have something to do with women to force women into labor. Because that's all they're using you for. They know what they're doing. They don't even sexually prefer you. They just have to procreate with you for survival. So they try to play this little game, and women like me are aware, and they don't like it. They don't want women being aware. They want to manipulate and dominate and control. So yeah, they're psychotic. They're losing their shits out here. So yeah, you gotta be, what I'm saying, ignorant as heck if you don't understand what's happening at this point. Okay? The worst thing that can happen to you black women is not having control over your reproductive uh reproductive organs, okay? That's the worst thing that can happen. Like if you don't have any control over your reproductive rights, that could cause so many problems, economic problems for you, and mental and emotional. Period. Because that's having unwanted kids is the worst thing that can happen to affect your mental health. Period. So y'all better get serious. Me, I'm done. Done. Do you understand? These motherfuckers can't do nothing. I don't care nothing about none of them. Uh, the fuck? They'll never be a factor to me on any kind of level. Ever. Ever. I'm not no fucking dumpster collector. I'm not no damn cleanup queen. I ain't none of that shit. Don't want to be it and ain't gonna be it. So, y'all better get serious. Stop playing these games. Hell yeah, they're deliberately passing STDs to black. Yes, black women. If you're not aware of that, get aware, honey. That men do that. They will intentionally give you a sexually transmitted disease because they don't like you. Just because a man has sex with you does not mean that he likes you. Please understand it and teach your daughters that shit, so they won't be confused. They not gonna know any better. Don't let them learn the hard way. Tell them now. Tell them now. Just because a man has sex with you or want to have sex with you don't mean he even like you. So if he got a disease, he'll be gladly to give it to you. And just because a man gets you pregnant don't mean he like you either. He could be having ulterior motives for even getting you pregnant. Period. A lot of women are dumb as hell. They really think, oh, he got me pregnant. He wants to have a baby. Girl, he want to trap you, you idiot fool. He don't love you. If he don't got no money, he don't love. If a man don't have no money, he couldn't possibly love you. If he's broke, he don't even care about his damn self. So he couldn't possibly love you. So if you're dealing with a freaking bum, he does not love you. He'll never love you. Ever. He don't even care about his life. So please get that through your head, black women, and stop being ignorant. Please. These males will say anything. They want you to be in some Disney cartoon land thinking that men are just romantic. They're not romantic. That's not real. They're not romantic at all. They're deceptive, lying savages. They're abusive and they're demented. Period. They're parasites. That's what they are. It ain't nothing romantic about them. That's all an illusion. It's fake and it's not real. Okay? They're not romantic at all. They don't love you or none of that crap. These dudes will be just getting out of prison, messing with all this pussy hole, having all these nasty dudes skeeting on them. And they'll come, what is the first thing they do? They go looking for a woman to have a relationship with. You don't look for a woman to have a relationship with after you've been in jail with all kinds of diseased males having sex with them, and then you gonna go out, get out of jail, and go look for a woman to impregnate. I swear, they do it. They do it all the time. Y'all don't get it. That's what that love and lockup crap. That show. Look at how obsessed they are with women. We're trying to find them a woman. Do you think that's for love, fool, or do you think they just need somebody to leech off of? They looking for a woman on the outside who got some money, who have a job, a stable place to stay. That's what they looking for, so they can get out and go live with her. They just need resources after they get out of jail. Duh. I don't understand why women so stupid and don't understand that. Like it's not hard. It's not hard, man. It's not hard. It's not. And they really be thinking it's about love and being romantic and going on a date and a walk in the park. Girl, okay, whatever. Like, no, honey, you need to grow up. But yeah, men will also poke. Yeah, they will poke holes in condoms and all that, and they'll have sex with you and make you think they're gonna pull it out, and they won't do it. Men do a lot of stuff like that. They'll poke holes in the condom, or they'll not pull their penis out when they're supposed to, or they'll let the condom break and they won't say anything. Man, come on now. And then sometimes they'll do all of this and not even tell you. You won't even know it happened. They'll just act like it didn't happen. Because you can't really see what they're doing when they're down there. Like you don't know. All you know is when they get up off of you and then they officially off of you and out of your body. But you don't know what the hell went down. They know it more than you do. Just so that it's their penis, so they gonna know more than you do. You're not gonna be able to feel anything. You ain't gonna be able to feel no sperm or nothing like that. You ain't gonna be able to feel nothing. So just take that into consideration as well. They can do whatever the hell they want to down there. Exactly. That's why I said black women need to stop giving birth and they need to stop having sex. That's our whole conversation. Your ass is late. Like, why are you over here? You late as fuck. You wasn't even here at the first part of the conversation. So I don't know why you in here saying shit in my chat like you know what the hell you talking about. The whole point that I was making is that black women need to stop having sex, period, and leave you dusty ass dust mites alone. And teach their daughters not to mess with your dirty ass either. So that's what we was talking about. Exactly. We're not sleeping with nothing because all of you were trash. What black women need to do is assume that every male that approaches them is trash. Period. Let them, first of all, any man that's talking to you, he should be paying for your stuff. And if he's not paying for your stuff for a long period of time, like that's the number one way on how you know what a dude is on, is if he paying for your stuff. So if he not paying for your stuff for a long time without asking for anything, then he clearly is trying to use you for something. That's why he don't want to give you no money. So don't talk to him. Look at his clothes, look at his shoes, judge him by what his bum ass look like. If he don't have no money like that, you already know you shouldn't be talking to him. So yeah, it's gonna happen, bitch. Oh, it's gonna happen because I know a lot of black women who don't want to fuck with males, period. So it's definitely happening. And I know the birth rates are declining, and that's definitely happening as well. So what black women need to do is stop having sex, period. Stop doing it. And all of the hood ratchets that want to have sex, they're gutter trash. So all of you black women who have better sense not to be having sex with garbage, you definitely don't need to be friends or even be cool with a bitch who got pregnant by a trash gutter rat. You understand? Don't be her little backup to her little diggy dog not taking care of shit. Don't be her little backup plan, because what she gonna do is try to latch on to you and your resources to get help for her kids. So don't be friends with her ass. Okay? And don't let your daughter hang around her kids. Because she's stupid. She got pregnant. Look at her. She's dumb. You don't want that. You don't want your daughter to be programmed to think that shit is okay. You feel me? So you don't want her to hang around a hood rat that got pregnant by some little hood booger. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your daughter to be hanging around that because you don't want her to you don't want her to think that's cool. So don't let your daughter socialize with her kids. So yeah, like I haven't had sex in a long period of time, and I don't care. I'm not missing nothing. I don't give a damn. So it is possible for a black woman to refrain from having sex and be celibate. It's very possible. There's a lot of celibate black women out here. I see them all over the internet every day. They be saying how they were, celibate for like 7 years, 10 years, 5 years. There's a lot of black women be saying that all the time because I'm in social spaces on social media where black women have those discussions. So it's a lot of black women who are celibate. A lot. Okay? So the key is teaching your daughter to be celibate. Well, not celibate because that would imply that she had sex, but even if she has had sex, you can still teach her abstinence, like to not do that anymore. Okay? And explain to her why. So she won't get caught up and get pregnant and live in the projects and be poor. Okay, that's what you're trying to prevent. So you have to let your daughter know that's the point. These dudes are trash. They don't have any money. They'll trap you with kids and then they'll leave you in poverty and they'll ruin your entire life and you won't have anyone to watch your children while you try to work or try to take care of business because you all the women around you have to work. So you're going to be paying for child care and you're not going to have any money to do that. And these primitive beasts, they're not going to give you any money because they don't have any money to give. They don't want to be financially responsible. Males who are trying to get you pregnant and trying to have sex with you and not trying to commit to you or give you any money or do anything where they are, trying to let you know that they're going to be a provider in your life. They're just trying to trap you with kids and trap you in poverty and ruin your life and do it on purpose. So that's what you have to teach your daughter. Okay? Period. It's real easy. We're not going to make ourselves more marketable. What we're going to do is stop having sex. So we are, the group over here, we are pro choice and we're pro abstinence over here. So you can say whatever your stalker ass wants to because you're obsessed and psychotic. But we're not trying to be marketable to any of you males. We're not trying to be available to any of you males. We don't want to date any of you males. We don't want to have sex with any of you males. You're not grasping that concept because there's something wrong with you. We're not finding a Mr. Right. The Mr. Right doesn't exist. It is a statistical fact that Mr. Right doesn't exist. There is no large percentage of women who's finding Mr. Right. There's no such numbers to prove that a Mr. Right exists. There's data and statistics to show how most women feel in marriages, and there's data and statistics to show how many black women are single mothers, and there's data and statistics to show how many women are in DV situations and who are getting killed, and there's data to show how many married women are initiating divorces and for what reason. All of this is documented. So this whole Mr. Right garbage is a lie. So shut the fuck up. Nobody wants you dudes. Y'all just obsessed and psychotic, like I said. You're all here trying to force women to like you. Wow. Damn, you ain't got nothing better to do? Go talk amongst yourselves and get the fuck out of here and leave me alone. The women over here don't want to talk to you. So I don't know why y'all don't get it. Just rapists. This is what you women got to deal with out here in these streets. They're not going to shut up and leave you alone. They're not going to accept that you're celibate or practicing abstinence or none of that shit. They're just going to keep harassing you because that's what a rapist would do. And all these males who think like that, they're the ones who's voting for Donald Trump. And that's the reason why. Y'all need to really get that. It's these rapists, you know what I'm saying? These rape minded weirdos. They're the ones who are mainly supporting Donald Trump and advocating for Donald Trump to be the president. Bitch, I'm not. You're not gonna tell me about me. I didn't get caught up. You stupid bitch. That's what you're failing to realize. You don't tell me what the hell situation I'm in. You nasty ass bitch. I don't fucking. I'm in a situation because the fuck I want to be in one. Y'all ain't running me. I run me. The fuck wrong with you? You crazy as hell. You don't tell me about my situation. I'm not in a situation. I'm living great. I'm not in a situation. Period. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. And you bitches are obsessed. Like you're proving. The hell? You're crazy as hell. Everything I'm doing is what I wanted to do. I do what I want to do, whatever I want to do it. And I don't want to have sex because I don't want to. And I'm not going to because I don't want to. Because I do whatever the fuck I want to. So yeah, these dudes are psychotic. You see what I'm saying? They're insane. They trying to tell me about my life and why I just chose to do what I want to do, and telling me about my environment, the reason why you in this situation. What situation am I in? Like, shut your retarded ass up. I ain't in no situation. Your mammy is in a situation, bitch. I didn't give birth to one of you males. I don't have to deal with you at all. I don't have to raise you. I have to scrounge and scrape, worrying about how I'm gonna pay my light bill and feed your ass or none of that. I'm good. I'm glad that I don't have that situation. I'm very proud of myself for not being in that situation. I had enough sense not to be in that situation because I made choices for myself and I made the right ones. So I'm good. I'm good. Like, they want somebody to be in a situation. They want to tell you, black women, you in a situation. That's all they do on the internet, stalk you and talk about your situation all day. I'll be on. I mean, any video you go on where a black person is committing a crime, or any DV situation, any videos like that, you're gonna see a whole bunch of white people in a comment section blaming the victim, or they're blaming black women for a Negro committing crime. Like, they're always trying to blame black women for everything grown ass Negroes do. They do it all the time. I see them doing it all the time. So they clearly want you to be in a situation where you're responsible for one of these ashy beasts and you're struggling to take care of them, or whatever. And bitch, the fuck not I. That little fucker would have been in a ditch somewhere, as far as I'm concerned, before that happened to my ass. Nah, he wouldn't be in a ditch, but he'd probably be in fucking child care, or child or fucking foster care or something. Because that shit wasn't never about to be me anyway. The minute that I would have had a male child, they became a problem. By boot camp or goddamn something, goddamn foster care or something. You out of my custody. I ain't dealing with that. Your daddy won't come get your ass. Oh well, you get the hell away from me, because I ain't about to deal with your crazy ass. I ain't dealing with it. So yeah, that shit wasn't ever gonna be me. I'm not about to raise one of them motherfuckers. It wasn't gonna happen. The universe knew that shit wasn't gonna happen. That's why the universe made sure I had a daughter, not a son. Period. I don't care about no sex changes, so they don't. Let me tell you something. I don't care about black males. I don't have a black male child, so therefore I don't care about them. I don't care about them getting a sex change. I don't care about their criminality or going to jail, getting shot by the police, being poor, being primitive. None of these things matter to me. I don't care. So stop trying to use nick dogs to make me care about stuff that I don't care about, because I don't care about nick dogs at all. They're not my problem. Don't give a fuck. So run your shit on your little rhetoric on some ashy banshee who got pregnant by a nick dog and had all them peasy head offspring that she's now responsible for. You can go say that to her. She might care. because she got caught up and got trapped with the black male offspring. But I didn't get trapped with no black male offspring, so I don't care about none of their problems. So don't care about none of that. I'm done with Nick Dogs. I don't date them. I wouldn't talk to them. I don't want to have sex with them. Not procreating with them ever again. I won't be having another child. That's how that's going to get handled. So I don't care about any little social problems that they might have in the future or currently, because I don't have nothing to do with none of that. I don't care about them. So they're not a priority of mine. I don't think about their problems, and I ain't trying to fix them. That's what Aunt Jemima's to do, who actually got pregnant by a Nick Dog and ended up pregnant with black male offspring. That's for them to care about all that kind of stuff. They're the ones gonna have to struggle trying to figure shit out. Because I don't have to, and I'm not going to. Don't want to. Alright, sorry y'all. Back. So, yeah. Um, oh my, except for I don't. I won't need to see any all women who date them look miserable. Exactly. So yeah, we know that. These are facts. So I don't give a fuck if these males have a sex change or none of that shit. I'm not trying to have sex with them, so what do I care? I don't care about their sex change. Why would I care about that? I'm not dating them. I'm not trying to procreate with them. I'm not trying to. I mean, that's actually working out for me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to vote for Kamala to be president because they're allowing these males to have sex changes. I hope they start with the sex changes when they're like 12 or before they procreate, because that will be great, because then they'll stop these males from procreating with women if they get a sex change. If they think they're a woman when they're young and adolescent or whatever, then if they get a sex change early enough, then that will prevent a pregnancy that I feel like needs to be prevented. So if anything, that'll make me vote for her even more so. Okay, because that's protection for black women. The more these males who are gay and want to be women, the more of them who transition to women, the less of a problem that we black women have. Correct? So that would work on my side, right? Yeah. So I really don't care about none of that. Sorry, boo. What y'all dusty ass dust mites want me to do is, you want me to ignore Donald Trump's misogyny against women and trying to control women's reproductive rights. You want me to deflect from that to care about all this other stupid shit that is something that I don't even care about. That's what you want, but it's not gonna happen. So trying to feed me all of this crap about, well, yeah, she's pro this, she's gonna do, I don't care. You care. I don't give a damn. I'm not voting for Trump, period, bitch. So there's nothing y'all gonna say that's gonna make me vote for Trump. So yeah, bitch, it's just not gonna happen. I'm not going to vote for Trump. It's not gonna happen. I don't support Trump. It's not gonna happen. Trying to use little stupid tactics to tell me what the hell, when I know damn well the economy was good because of Obama, not because of no damn Trump. Trump didn't do shit. The economy was exactly the same before Trump became the president. After Trump became the president is when the economy started getting terrible. Okay, so I know that Obama was the reason why our economy was good. It wasn't Donald Trump. So get the hell out of here. So anyway, and you white men can shut the fuck up about the having more money and all of that, because us black women gonna be poor regardless. So using that as a talking point is weak over here, because black women already don't have no money, and our wages and our money is not going to change if Donald Trump becomes the president. You white motherfuckers have always been for self and supporting your own self interest. So it's real clear that you don't care about black women's money. Never have. Which is why we're poor and we don't have any money. And never have. Even with Donald Trump as the president prior, we didn't have any money then. So what the fuck are you talking about? They acting like our we was just making so much money as black women. We was just out here we was just rich and thriving because Donald Trump. Man, get the hell out of here. Like, who are they fooling? It's like, stop talking to me. You think I'm dumb? Because really what they talking about, he must be talking about them stimulus checks. They don't have nothing to do with Donald Trump either. That was because of the pandemic. The reason why we got stimulus checks is because of the pandemic. It had nothing to do with somebody trying to help us out. That wasn't us getting help. That was just a circumstance because of COVID. So get the fuck out of here. Exactly. Ain't nobody saving no black women, especially not no damn dusty ass white supremacist male. Like, seriously, are we waiting for them to save us? I'm not waiting for you white males to do a damn thing for me. So get out of my face. We've been out here damn scrounging and scraping forever in this country. It ain't been a damn time. Maybe you could say in the 90s, black women had a little bit of money. Yeah. They at least had somewhere to damn live without struggling to pay their damn mortgage and rent. So, yeah, things were better then, but it sure the hell ain't been better since no damn Donald Trump missed me with that bullshit. I don't know why these white males keep coming over here saying that stuff. It don't make no sense to me. Like, clearly they're rapists. I told y'all what I believe. I believe that they really just want black women to vote against their own self-interest. That's it. They want to deflect us and make us think it's about all this other stuff so we can not think about reproductive rights. They want to make that not a thing to us. They're males. They're sitting here trying to make us not care about that. Because ain't nobody trying to get them to chop their dick off or get a vasectomy or do anything dealing with their reproduction. You know what I'm saying? They don't have nobody dictating to them what they're going to do with their penis. So that's why they keep coming over here running their mouth. If somebody was saying that, if the government was saying something about them having to get a vasectomy or being controlled in some kind of sexual way, them fuckers wouldn't be saying what they're saying. Trust and believe that. That's why the government knows not to come after these males about their reproductive rights. They know not to come at a male like that because they know how aggressive and violent things gonna get at that point. They like to punk us females because they think we're punks, period. They think that they can do whatever the hell they want to and they're gonna make us fall. Bitch, you ain't gonna make us do nothing but not have sex anymore. And how about that? That's all you gonna do at the end of the day. The bottom line is Donald Trump didn't do a damn thing for black people. Period. His presidency didn't help black middle class, working class people out at all. At all. At all. At all. Period. And not only we're still in the same poor position we was in for the last freaking 10 years. Okay? Still in the same position, right? Nothing's going to change, but now they want to stop us from being able to get an abortion if we want to get one. So they're just trying to add more to our economic failure and make it even worse. Bitch, I'm not having sex ever in hell again, so just know that. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to. I'm not having sex ever again. These males are disgusting. I don't want nothing to do with them. Get the hell out of my face. Leave me the hell alone. Stop talking to me. I don't care about Donald Trump. Vote for him all you want to, because that's what this whole discussion is about on this live right now, is the fact that you're going to vote for him and we're going to stop having sex. And that's what we're going to do. So that's our next move. We're not having sex anymore. You males can get the hell out of our face. If you keep coming at us, you're going to get stabbed up. That's what's going to happen. Nobody wants you. You're not attractive. You're not nothing. We don't care. Bye. Get out of our face. Us black women do not want to have sex with none of you roaches. We don't want nothing to do with you. And that's going to be the plan moving forward. So that's that. That's that. That's that. So black women, just know the truth. And like I said, if Donald Trump becomes president, it's going to be more restrictions on your body. Just know that part. Don't listen to what nobody's saying. That's exactly what's going to happen. Okay, they're gonna demonize birth control. They're gonna talk about all these black women dying because of birth control, dying because of this and that. They're gonna put out all this propaganda, and what's gonna happen is black women will be psychologically programmed to keep having babies because out of fear, of trying to get an abortion, out of fear of all of that. They're gonna just keep the baby because they scared. That's what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's what they're doing. Don't listen to them. Stop having sex now. Stop having sex now. Stop having sex now. I haven't had sex in a long time. Don't care. There's a lot of black women who have been celibate for years. They don't. It's not. It's easy. It's healthy. It's good. It's great. It's grand. These women, they don't have to deal with sexually transmitted diseases. They're not being faced with unwanted pregnancies. They don't have men stalking them or harassing them. They don't have men financially abusing them and taking advantage of them. They don't have to deal with none of that shit. Their life is easy breezy because they don't have sex. So get on the bandwagon, practice 4B. I don't even care about 4B. You can deal with males, just don't have sex with them. Make them pay for your stuff, take you out, use them for whatever you can use them for, and then yeah, you can go home. Yeah, I ain't trying to kick it like that. Bye. That's what you do. I ain't even telling you not to deal with males. I'm telling you not to have sex. Period. Don't have sex anymore. Just don't. Don't do it. But I'm telling you now, more than likely, I was going to say these males might stalk you if you might have a problem dealing with them if you don't want to have sex with them. I mean, I do think that's going to become a problem because I think they're going to get more aggressive when they can't get no ass. So the best bet is just to leave them the hell alone. If you want to keep dealing with them, deal with them at your own risk, but stop having sex. Period. Stop having sex. Do not have sex anymore. These bitches can say Trump 2024 all they want to. Stop having sex. It don't matter what they say because they can't make you have sex. That's the point. All Donald Trump can do is stop you from getting an abortion or put fear in you so you won't want to get one, or put restrictions on birth control and all of that stuff. That's all that bitch can do. But all you have to do in response to that is not to have sex anymore at all. Abstinence or celibacy or birth control. And if they start messing with that, then I don't know what to tell you. Because if they mess with the birth control and you end up pregnant on birth control, you got played, honey. So I would just not have sex, like I'm not going to do. Because, like I said, they can mess with your birth control and then you'll get pregnant and then you'll be trapped. It ain't nothing you're going to do at that point. And then it'll be too late. Yeah, after you had that baby, because you've been forced to have it, then you're just going to end up practicing abstinence and celibacy after that baby is born. Okay? But it's going to be too late. Because you could end up dead too. And know this too. You can end up dead getting pregnant because they will kill you in those hospitals like they've been doing. Because it's a statistical fact that black women die more giving birth than any other demographic of women. So your pregnancy could lead to your death. So if you fuck around and get pregnant by accident and you can't terminate it, you could go to long term and end up dead giving birth to that baby. So don't think it's gonna be, oh, I got trapped with a baby. Okay, I'm just gonna have it. Blah. No, you can end up dead having that baby. Yeah, black women are not safe in the hospital. You're not. So these males are trying to get you killed. Y'all need to understand that they try to get you killed. That's what they're doing, and y'all need to realize that now. Yeah, people are very racist in the hospital. They are. They're racist. They don't care about your concerns. They don't care about your pain. They don't care about none of that. They'll sit there and watch you suffer. They'll watch you bleed out. They'll watch you screaming to the top of your lungs in amusement. I just had this happen to me last year when I had an ovarian cyst. I was literally went to the hospital and I was in. They put me in the waiting room and I was like, in is I'm talking about scorching pain. Like it was the most horrible pain that I ever felt, ever. It felt way worse than giving birth. And I've gave birth before, so I know what giving birth feel. It was worse than that. I couldn't even move an inch. If I moved to the left or right, even just by an inch, it was like horrible. And they had my ass out in the waiting room for like 3 hours in that kind of pain and refused to see me. And they can discriminate against you like with your health insurance. If you have Medicaid or something like that, a lot of women been complaining about being discriminated against when it comes to their insurance. So they can just refuse to take your insurance or just treat you like shit because of your insurance. So yeah, if you're poor, you go to the hospital, you're more likely to die. Period. You're more likely to die, or you're more likely to be sitting in an immense amount of pain for a really long extended period of time. So they're gonna torture you in the hospital because that's the way they can torture your ass, and they love doing it. They love torturing black women in the hospital. They love it. That's why so many deaths, because they love it. They love watching black women hemorrhage to death, or they'll give them too much medicine or something will fuck them up. They do a lot of they torture black women in the hospital a lot, and they do it out of sheer enjoyment and entertainment. They do. They'll harass your ass. I seen them harass a black woman in the waiting room. Like this woman recorded a black woman just getting harassed for just sitting in the waiting room. She was pregnant and she was sitting in the waiting room, and the doctors kept coming up to her trying to start an argument with her for no reason. And they ended up kicking her out, like trying to make her. No, I think they was trying to arrest her because she was she was responding to the stuff they were saying, and she wasn't even cursing or nothing. She wasn't aggressive or nothing, but she was just clapping back at the dumb stuff that they were saying, like trying to force her to. It was trying to force her to do something. I forgot what it was. They was giving her some kind of ridiculous demand, and she was just checking it, like I don't have to do that or something. And they just ended up trying to arrest her while she was pregnant at the hospital. It went viral. It was on YouTube. So these motherfuckers get away with torturing black women every day. Every day they get away with that shit. Like they get away with giving black women the wrong medicine, or letting them suffer in pain, or letting them bleed to death, or just taking a long time to get them the proper medicine or get them seen. They do this all the time. A lot of black women, I know a whole bunch of black women that be complaining about that. And some of them, it's not even, they wasn't pregnant. They wasn't, it had nothing to do with pregnancy. It was just other sicknesses like cancer, or they could be having, any kind of disease. It don't matter. Any medical situations, they get tortured for just simply going to the hospital. So these are facts, and you can look up the statistics. Like I said, with the mortality rate with black women who are giving birth, it's just I mean, what the hell? It's so high of black women dying. It's because they don't care. They don't care. Now, when it comes to kids, you know what I'm saying? They more likely to see a child or try to act like they concerned about a child. But when it comes to you black grown women, they just want to torture your ass. They want to treat you like you poor. They want to treat you like you ain't nothing. They want to treat you like they don't owe you nothing. They want to treat you like yeah, they just treat poor black women like garbage. They just do. And I wouldn't even say it's not just black women, it's all people. They just, the hospitals are trash. They treat all people like garbage. But as a black woman, you gonna get way worse treatment just because you black and just because you female. So this is what they do. They're always harassing black women at the hospital. And like I said, I was a victim of it last year, so I know firsthand. Okay? And my aunt has cancer, and they was just treating her like shit. They just didn't want to see her. She was having breathing issues and swelling on her foot, and she was in the hospital, and they was just trying to kick her out and trying to make her leave, even though she felt like she couldn't really move around. She wasn't healthy. She didn't feel any better, but they was trying to make her leave. They was just treating her like hot garbage. And she had to sit there and argue, and she had to do a lot of arguing and fighting for her to get properly seen. Then they started messing with her appointments and stuff. Like, they was canceling her appointments without her knowledge. So she was thinking that she had an appointment on a certain day, and then they would cancel it and make it another day. So she'll be getting ready to go to her appointment. They'll call her on the phone, tell her that her appointment has been canceled and moved to another day. Yeah, that's the type of shit you gotta deal with. Okay? Just evil. Evil. She over there at the house crying because she thought she was gonna get seen. She had a ride to get where because she was in a lot of pain, so she wasn't driving her own car. So she was just crying because she was trying to get seen, and they just canceled her appointment. And she had to keep arguing with them over and over again. Just, it'd be ridiculous stuff that I have to witness. You know what I'm saying? When black women dealing with medical care, it's crazy. And then they would just be outright, denying your insurance these days. Like, they'll outright deny it. So it's like, you thought you was gonna be able to get seen by somebody, and it's on paper that these people accept your insurance, and then they can just be like, we don't accept that insurance. But yeah, that's what they do. They can deny your I done had them do that to me a couple of times in the last couple of years since my insurance switched over. I have 2 different insurance that I have, and it had switched over. One of my insurance had switched over to something else. Well, it wasn't necessarily something else, but it was a newer enhanced version of the old insurance that I had. And I was getting denied everywhere for most of this year. Earlier this year, I was getting denied everywhere. So I couldn't find a dentist. I couldn't find a lot of places that accept my insurance earlier this year. And it's still some of those places that still don't accept my insurance, even when it switched over. It's still places that just don't accept that insurance anymore. So just because you have insurance don't mean that you're going to be able to be seen, because it's only certain people. These places, these hospitals and medical places, they don't have to accept your insurance if they don't want to. They can accept it if they want to, or they could just list that they don't accept that insurance at their place. And then the insurance company, they can deny paying for shit. So you thinking that you have insurance to cover something, and then they could just deny paying for it. They could just say, oh, well, we don't want to cover that. just for no reason. I've seen it myself. So I'm a black woman dealing with being black in this fucked up country. So can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't nobody never tell me nothing. These males are liars. Like, they psychotic. They think they gonna tell somebody else they life and they story and tell us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what the hell we're dealing with. So I'm telling you, black women, like, you can literally die in the hospital giving birth, and they don't care. They will mistreat you. If you in pain and something happens, they can just let you bleed out, or they can do whatever the hell they want to. And it happens all the time, and they're not held accountable. A lot of hospitals, they have these situations where these black women die in the hospital, and it's because of negligence, and they don't even get prosecuted. It happens all the time. It happens almost every day. Every day, a doctor make a stupid decision or a mistake or whatever, and the black women die. And guess what? They're not going to jail. So, yeah, this white man is a psycho ass bitch in here. Like, look at how much. Like, shut the fuck up. Stop talking to me. Period. I'm a black woman. I know what I'm talking about. You ain't gonna tell me nothing, jackass. I see it all the time. All the time. Us black women, we get together and talk about this, you dumb bitch. We talk about it. We black women get together. There's conferences where black women talk about this at national conferences. Okay? National conferences about medical care, mental health care, all of that stuff. People talk about these things and have broad discussions about systemic racism when they're dealing with medical resources and when they're dealing with mental health resources, bitch. So we know what we dealing with. You're not gonna tell us shit, bitch. That's why that dude his ass beat. I wish that motherfucker would be in my face so I could bust him in his motherfucking jaw. People like that need their ass beat. Coming up in somebody else's space trying to tell them about their own life. Like, shut the fuck up. Mind your damn business. Right, he's an entitled ass bitch who's not a black woman sitting here telling black women what we go through. Cause he that entitled and psychotic. He think he gonna make our reality his reality. Psycho ass bitch. So anyway, this motherfucker's ignored. He's just trying to piss somebody off, but nobody care. Black women are still not gonna have sex, and we're still not gonna get pregnant. Period. And there's statistics out there that back all black women up when they're dealing with hospitals and medical care and all of that kind of stuff. Period. It's just data out there to support that you black women need to stop giving birth. Period. So black women, please stop giving birth. If you have any damn sense, stop. Stop immediately. You're not equipped to raise those kids. You're not equipped to deal with these medical challenges that you're gonna have to face when you're out there trying to get medical services. Okay? They don't have no resources out here for you anymore. And I'm telling you that right now, and I know I'm a person that's dealing with people that have to get resources out here for whatever issues they have, and they're not a lot out here for you. Okay? Period. They just want you to have these babies and they want to terrorize your ass after they're born. That's what they're doing. That's what this white male is in here to do. He is a psychopath. He a terrorist. He's a maniac. He just in here trying to torture people, trying to terrorize people. And they can't do it if you ain't giving birth, because then they don't have no population that they can stalk and troll and harass like that. That's what their problem is. They get off on stalking and trolling and harassing people. So those are the facts, okay? That's all they care about. That's why they're so obsessed with you and your womb and you giving birth. That's why they're obsessed. because they ain't gonna have nobody to terrorize if you stop having, having children. What are they gonna do with that at that point? They ain't gonna have nobody to fuck with. It's a business daily to harass, stalk, and troll and kill black women. Don't y'all see that? It's a business. It's a corporate. It's a goddamn industry. Okay, they're obsessed with your ass. They can't do shit to me because I'm not having no more kids. So all thing these terrorist psychopaths can do is stalk me on a day-to-day basis. That's all they can do. They don't have no power outside of that shit. Because I'm never having any more kids and I'm never having sex again because I don't want to. And there's nothing they can do outside of that but stalk somebody. This how crazy these pieces of shit are. It is hard for them to make you suffer if you don't give birth. It's 100% facts. Like, what they gonna do? If you out here taking care of your business and you ain't letting nothing hold you back, like having children with incompetent, degenerate males, if you're not letting them interfere with your life and your well-being, they can't do nothing to you. What they gonna do? You completely blocking them like the demons they are. They're being blocked out of your life. They're being blocked from having anything to do with you. So what can these demons do at that point? Not a damn thing. They're going to have to fuck with you some other kind of way. They're going to have to fuck with you from afar. They're going to have to do little subliminal shit and work together to fuck with you. Because they can't mess with you by being actually physically in your space. And then, what I'm saying, using you for that. So this is how these psychos operate. They terrorists, I'm telling you. The obsession is real. Why is these freaking primitive ass white males, why do they keep coming on my damn content? Why do they keep doing that? Leave me the hell alone. This psycho was just in here trying to tell me about my life and trying to discredit what I'm saying about black women's systemic issues like it doesn't exist. What a psychopath. Who does that? But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I hope y'all enjoy this live. I will talk to y'all later. And that's it, y'all.